Alright everybody, and welcome to the video. I put Kevin Durant on every single team in basketball. Now, well, in the NBA. And with all the rumors surrounding Kevin Durant, all the suitors, as you kind of saw in the thumbnail, does anyone really know where Kevin Durant's going to go? So what I thought would be interesting is seeing what the outcome would be to put Kevin Durant on every single team in the NBA. Because only Durant really knows where he wants to go. I mean, you know, you got the rumors of San Antonio, Houston, Minnesota. I personally think he's going to end up in Houston. I thought this for a little while. Houston and Minnesota were my top two. San Antonio, being the favorite for a little bit, was obviously in play. But I personally think he ends up in Houston. Now, as for this video, I don't know what team will benefit the most from Kevin Durant's services, considering it is an equalizer in almost every facet of it's the same player, right? So Miami being one of the heavily rumored destinations, I just don't think this would make sense considering what they would have to give up. And honestly, if I was in Miami's situation, does adding a guy that's 10 years older than the rest of your core roster make a lot of sense? Do they think they're Kevin Durant away from winning a championship? Unfortunately, I don't think so. But then you got the strange ones like Charlotte, Utah, where he's just far and away the best player on their team. Adding him to New York without giving up any assets could very well benefit them as well here. And even the team like the Lakers could benefit from this heavily, just from an adaptation of the system. But we hear, it's funny to see him back in Brooklyn. But we'll go to a team like Houston. Now, you take a look at the roster here, right? Adding a Kevin Durant with a young core could make sense considering they were just a second seed. Now, that is the difference between a team like this and a team like Miami. Because Miami was just completely out of the well, I believe they were in the play-in. But they weren't even close to title contention. So, adding a veteran with championship pedigree to this Houston roster makes a lot of sense if they can get it for the right price. Now, Kevin Durant in San Antonio not only would extend his career, but would be just one of the best big threes in basketball. Kevin Durant on San Antonio makes a lot of sense. But for what they're probably going to have to give up, I just don't think San Antonio is going to want to do that, considering the ball's in their court. They could do whatever they want with Wembanyama being one of the best players in the league, period. So I ended up keeping Kevin Durant on Phoenix, even though he will be leaving, just to see what could happen. Maybe they have a resurgence, but this team is awful. Just saying. Hopefully Phoenix can get a good enough of a return to make Devin Booker happy. If not Devin Booker, I mean, there's no shame in leaving, I will say. It's fun to see OKC bring Kevin Durant back, and honestly, I thought that if they didn't get past Denver, they would have been one of the teams calling up Phoenix to make a deal happen, but they're in the finals. They're probably going to win the finals, even though the series has been pretty interesting so far. It is 2-2 as I'm recording this. Now, another team heavily rumored would be Minnesota, as I mentioned before. It would have to be a Rudy Gobert package, probably either Rudy Gobert or Julius Randle, maybe both. And if you do give up both, do you believe in the rest of the guys here to carry them to a championship with the top two guys? I don't know. But it will be very interesting to see. Now, this team, Kevin Durant on Golden State. Man, if that ever happened, Steph Curry and Kevin Durant probably could have formed one of the best duos in basketball, period. Multiple championships. But I guess, you know, it's just it's a what if. But in all seriousness, we've already seen what these two can do. Adding Kevin Durant to a team like this with Jimmy Butler currently, I mean, it's not going to happen in real life, but in the game, could definitely bring them a championship. Now, they went after Kevin Durant at the deadline. That's the interesting thing. They went after Kevin Durant before getting Jimmy Butler. And honestly, I believe if they got Kevin Durant, they may have been in a much better position. Even though I really do like Jimmy Butler, I think Kevin Durant is no question a better player. And then he goes home to DC. So, with that being said, I'm controlling every single team. I'm going to try to make sure that the same Kevin Durant stays on each team. But we're going to go to the end of the season. I am not... Actually, you know what? I'll just control one team and put it on automated. I'm not going to control nothing. We're just going to overview it, see what's going on, and we'll check in at the end of the season. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, MVP. Jared McCain, Rookie of the Year here. Zion, Sixth Man of the Year. I guess they put Durant in the starting lineup over Zion, which is stupid. Wemby DPOY, Amon Thompson, Most Improved. Shea, Clutch Player of the Year. And Tom Thibodeau of the New York Knicks gets Coach of the Year. Very interesting. Do we get any Kevin Durant on the All-NBA teams? We do not. But now, we'll check out the whole entire league. I do want to see if any Kevin Durants decided to ball out. So, the Magic Kevin Durant averaged 22 a game. So, he led the way for every Kevin Durant, which makes sense because, actually, I would have assumed a team like Washington. But he's here as well, this Kevin Durant. Dallas's Kevin Durant must have led the way for them in scoring, unless I'm blind, which is also possible. Yeah. So, Kyrie's there. So, we got Kyrie and KD teaming back up. But we'll check out the standings. And so New York, wow, Atlanta in the third spot, adding Kevin Durant. Toronto in the fourth spot, another team rumored for Kevin Durant. This team shouldn't lose any games, but they got Tatum coming off the bench. That makes no sense. A lot of teams, unless the West is just stacked, but not a lot of wins here in the East. Sheesh. As for the West, Dallas benefits. A lot of the same dogs here. Adding Kevin Durant to the Lakers propels them to the sixth spot. Houston at the bottom. That is like a slap in the face to what I was saying earlier in the video. Memphis at the bottom. Very surprising. Phoenix kind of on the outside looking in. Wow, Denver. With Aaron Gordon off the bench. Oh, Russ and KD teaming back up. Not what I expected. Sacramento, the same record as Golden State. And they got everyone in the lineup. So that's it. That's weird. But we got Dallas leading the way here for the West. New York leading the way for the East with the same exact record. Let's see what team benefits the most by winning a championship with Kevin Durant services. So we'll just take it round by round. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the Bucks are gone. The pairing of KD and Giannis does not get it done. And really no surprises except maybe, OKC getting knocked off for the Clippers. But a lot of matchups we've seen in real life. This is the exact same, barring the Clippers and Dallas, which makes sense. But Dallas wasn't healthy. But 3 of the 4 matchups are the same second-round matchups that we've seen in real life. So maybe not much difference. Minnesota now making it to the Eastern Conference Finals, just like they did in real life. And New York loses in 7 to Boston, which makes sense because this team's ridiculous. Now KD's coming off the bench. New York couldn't get it done, and the Pacers just don't do what they did in real life. Don't go on their Cinderella run. And the finals for year number 1, it's going to be Minnesota and Cleveland. Wow. Okay. We'll take it game by game. Minnesota might just... Okay. It's 2-1. 3-1. Maybe Minnesota should go get Kevin Durant. They're up 3-1 here in the NBA Finals. It's going to be 3-2. What a high-scoring affair. Oh, my goodness. KD for Minnesota drops 27, and KD for Cleveland drops 30. Can Cleveland push to 7? It's close. We're going to Game 7. And, I mean, they were the first team in real-life Cleveland, so I guess adding Kevin Durant, Minnesota coming out the gates hot early, but Cleveland coming back. Minnesota, are they going to blow a 3-1 lead? Oh, we might have our first jump in. Get it below 2 minutes. 149, Game 7, Minnesota on fraud watch. Let's see what happens. So here we are. Cleveland with the ball into Kevin Durant. Guarded by Rui Hachimura. Oh my goodness. Big 3 ball there by Cleveland Kevin Durant. I got to check out the trades. I'll do that right after this. I wonder if any of the Kevin Durants are going to get moved. But now Anthony Edwards sizing up. I believe that's Ty Jerome. Edwards gets a wide open shot and he misses it. Jarrett Allen with the rebound. They're looking to secure it. And Cleveland looking to come down 3-1 once again. Durant to the basket and he gets it. The length is just undeniable. Goes right over, I believe that was Julius Randle. I didn't really see. Edwards now still guarded by Ty Jerome. This should be barbecue chicken. Give this man a screen. Let him pull up once again. They hedge it. Right over Ty Jerome. Wow. Anthony Edwards gets in his bag on that one. And they're still down 4. They're not out of it yet. So Kevin Durant goes to Cleveland and comes down 3-1. Just to surpass what LeBron did. Very interesting. But Durant now right by Rui. And he blows it. Okay, hold on. Minnesota has a chance. Down by 4. To Randall in the corner. Guarded by Mobley. To Naz Reid. Rui! Rui sells the bag. Now Jerome has it. Bringing the double team. Gets it to Durant down low. And he shoots an awkward shot. I don't know why you take that. You got to hold that ball right there. Randall to the corner. And Anthony Edwards was not ready. Randall not prepared for the moment, it seems. Maybe that's a sign that he'll be the one getting shipped out if they decide to trade for Kevin Durant. Jared Allen now inbounding the ball, trying to get it to KD. You got to get there. There you go. And they foul right away. Did you have to foul right away? I guess so. So if he makes these 2 free throws, we're going to get up out of here. Durant makes the first. I guess we don't really have to leave yet, considering there is a chance. But Durant actually misses the second one. Rebounded by Kevin Durant for Minnesota. First time we've seen him. Minnesota Durant misses over Cleveland's Durant. Back out to Edwards. His 3-pointer. Bang! 2-point game. They need Mitchell to miss one. Who fouls out there? Anthony Edwards fouls out. You couldn't have anyone else take the foul? Mitchell, he makes the first. Game is not over yet. But he makes both. And they take a timeout. So here we go. Minnesota has a chance. But they got to play their cards, all right? They're trying to get it into Durant. But Gobert gets it into McDaniels to Conley. To Randall. What are they doing? What is this offense? Durant. He misses. And that is final. That will do it. Cleveland comes back down 3-1. Minnesota blows it. And we'll check out everything in more detail. What a crazy first season. So Kevin Durant on Minnesota leads the team with 41. It's just not enough. And Cleveland, Kevin Durant leads the way with 31. And they got the job done. Very interesting way to start the video. I don't know if anyone would have had I mean, you know what? No, that's just unrealistic. Cleveland was a 1 seed. Before injuries in the playoffs, they did have a path to the finals. Now, we'll check out the transaction report in regards to trades. Did any big trades, period, happen? No, not exactly. Timberwolves and Lakers made that move, so DiVincenzo went to the Lakers. That didn't really help them out too much, it seems. But no Kevin Durants were traded. But did any Kevin Durants retire? Oh my goodness, I see a couple. Okay, well, we're going to make sure that nobody... We'll try our best. Okay, Chicago, Kevin Durant wants to retire. Charlotte, makes sense. A lot of the bottom-feeding teams for Kevin Durant. So is that 4 Kevin Durants want to retire? How many times have I said his name in this video? Please comment down below. I want you to count throughout the entirety and then comment it down below. I am very curious. Make sure all the league meetings are rejected. And now the draft lottery doesn't necessarily matter, considering it's not the real draft class, but Washington gets 1 and 2. I'm not here to control anything, but I will check out the draft. I am a little curious. Jonathan Cobb. Okay. So, it doesn't really seem like anything too crazy, even though he was compared to Tim Duncan. We're going to go to rookie signings. Make sure everybody gets their guys. Did either of the teams we were controlling? Nope. And I don't want a control of anything. Like I said, I'm trying to make sure that the Kevin Durant stay on their team. That is my only concern. So we're going to go to the start of next season. We'll check out the rosters, see if there are any big moves. And if not, then, yeah, we'll just check out the landscape. So it appears that the Kevin Durants have gone down just a little bit. About 2 overall each. There was about 2 things interesting that I saw. And we're going to get to that right now. We're going to go to Brooklyn. And for one last ride, KD and Kyrie back in Brooklyn. Kyrie, I guess he didn't like it there in Dallas. He said, you know what, bro, Katie, let's get one more opportunity to bring a championship to New York, to the team that we admired the most when we first signed here in New York. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant back together. The boys are back in town. And that leaves Dallas in an interesting spot because now they have to rely heavy on their younger players. And it looks like they were Luka Doncic away from winning a championship, though. And besides that, LeBron is on his one-year deal. He will retire. I already tried to overturn it. And a couple of Durants are going to retire. So, not really much I could do about that, unfortunately. But, I mean, it is what it is. The Clippers really stay together, stand down pat. But besides that, not much movement overall. I saw that Bucks signed a couple of players, but nobody really impactful. And that's really it. So, we're going to go to the end of the season, barring anything crazy. I'll check at the deadline. And I'll keep you guys in tune on the Kevin Durant extravaganza, I guess. Now, guys, I said that the only reason I would be at the trade deadline is if there was some movement. And ladies and gentlemen, there has been some movement. First things first, we're right at the very bottom. Pascal Siakam is going to Memphis. As is Desmond Bane, and Nikola Vucevic is going to Indiana. But that's not really what we're here for. Kevin Durant has been traded for Kevin Durant. And this was something that was interesting to me because they're on the exact same contract. They're the exact same player. And what was the difference in Kevin Durant? This Kevin Durant is averaging about 20 a game. I assume the other Kevin Durant is playing a little bit poorer. That's the really only thing that I could conceive in my mind. But Sixers traded away their Kevin Durant, and they get off the Paul George contract, and we get double Kevin Durant action in Toronto. Scotty Barnes is on the way out, though. I know a couple of people in my life would be bothered by that one. But we're not done. Jimmy Butler gets traded for James Harden. So James Harden and KD and Curry are all in Golden State. That is weird. But I think we got one more. Okay. Bam Adebayo was traded for DeJounte Murray. Not really much to write home about. I do want to check out Toronto and the double Kevin Durant. And what was going on here? I don't know why Toronto would do this, but I guess they see a championship window. Maybe they run small ball Kevin Durant at the 5. I have no idea. And the other team I wanted to check out. Who else traded their Kevin Durant? Oh, well, I wanted to see the Warriors. Where are they? Okay. Kevin Durant, James Harden, Steph Curry. So I'm just going to do them a quick little favor. I'm going to move Harden to the 2. Because I want to see that work. And I'm going to check out the transaction report because I feel like I missed something. I'm not going to lie. Hornets and Cavs. So why did the Cavs trade away their Kevin Durant? Let me check out the Hornets Kevin Durant. Well, current Hornets Kevin Durant. So because he was technically averaging 2 points per game less, I don't know. Really weird. Oh, some Kevin Durants are regressing differently. As you take a look here, it's 19 badges for this Durant, 20 for this one. I mean, they still all have the same label, offensive architect. But maybe that played into why okay, so 19 badges there. Okay, so now that makes more sense to me. The Hornets KD was technically a little more valuable due to the badges, and Washington's horrible. They are one of the worst teams of all time with Kevin Durant. But we're going to go to the end of the season, check things out in more detail, and let's see who can win season number 2. Wemby, MVP. Jonathan Cobb, Rookie of the Year. Amin Thompson, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby, DPOY. Scoot Henderson, Most Improved. Steph Curry, Clutch Player of the Year. San Antonio gets the Coach of the Year award for, Greg Pop. And Houston, there we go. All right. Any Kevin Durant here? No, sir. All right. Houston is the 1 seed, and I didn't know I don't know if they made any moves. What is different? No, they got John Collins. I don't know if they added him via free agency. How is this team the 1 seed? You know what? I'm really just looking at Reed Shepherd being the polar bear of the lineup, but it's a solid team. I assume, okay, dipped a little bit, but the efficiency went up heavy, at least for the field goal and 3-point percentage. And Almond Thompson coming into his own as he progresses. So that team being the 1st seed is a little surprising to me, though. As this team right here, with Kevin Durant still performing, I assume at a high level. Okay, 14 points per game, but they're spreading the wealth. You know, they got everybody in that lineup, especially with Wembanyama. Thought they'd be the runaway 1st seed. Dallas still hanging up here with KD. Portland with Kevin Durant gets the 4th spot. Golden State here at the 5th. All right. Who is the worst performing team? Utah, the Clippers. Wow, they lose James Harden. Jimmy Butler was coming off the bench, and they get significantly worse. Wow. In comparison to last season, yeah, 47-35. They dropped 13 games. Phoenix, just what a waste, man. They got Julius Randle. They signed him in free agency. Minnesota fell off outside of the playoffs. Still got Kevin Durant, but losing Julius Randle did hurt them. Lakers here in the play-in for LeBron's hoorah. They still got Kevin Durant. Austin Reeves coming into his own as he develops in this game. And that's really it. I'm really surprised about Denver because I feel like KD in Denver does work. Especially if they traded away Michael Porter Jr., which is maybe something they should explore. I'm surprised they haven't been in the sweepstakes. Sacramento hanging in there as well. But yeah, Houston being the 1 seed there in the West. New York, once again, the 1st seed here in the East. Not much different for this roster. Pacers with a bounce back with some development from their young guys. KD hanging in there as well. And they got Desmond Bane, right? That's right. Nikola Vucevic, yeah. All right, they gave up Siakam, addition by subtraction. Atlanta there. Detroit there in the 4th spot. The reigning champs here in the 5th spot. Durant coming off the bench for DeAndre Hunter, I guess. It's a positional thing. Raptors there in the 6th spot. And the worst performing team is Washington, 16-66, and Durant can't even average 20? Oh my gosh, I should have let him walk when he had the chance. Milwaukee, this is surprising. They got Giannis running the 5, which is strange. I would have probably had like a 3 and 4, or maybe, oh man, well, Drummond's their starting 5. Oh, oof. Yeah, they got their own issues, man. KD and Kyrie for one more hoorah in Brooklyn. They get the 10th spot, unfortunately, but the team around them really isn't that good. So they're just dragging that roster. And yeah, that's really it. Boston always underperforms in simulation with Durant even on the bench. Just not enough. Play-in simulation, no Lakers, unfortunately. Sacramento gets a 7th spot. No Denver either. Oh, no, Denver in the 8th spot. My fault. And out in the East, it's unfortunate, but we will not be seeing KD and Kyrie trying to get one more run together. Simulating here in the 1st round, and Boston almost beat New York in 7 games. That would have been an upset. Toronto, technically with an upset. Atlanta has just been disappointing. Portland beats beats Golden State. That would have been interesting. OKC gets oh no. OKC pushes Dallas to 7. And yeah, I mean, any real surprises? I don't know. 1st and 2nd seed for both conferences make it into the 2nd round. Toronto, okay. San Antonio wins that series, and Portland knocks off the 1st-seeded Houston Rockets. Again, this team looks good. I mean, they could. I don't think they're going to beat San Antonio. But Toronto, with Kevin Durant, really the only difference. They didn't really make any other moves. They added, oh, you know what? My fault. Because they added a 2nd Kevin Durant off the bench. So, you know what? Team dual Kevin Durant is getting the job done. And you know what, Toronto? I should have did this to start the season or when I saw the trade. That's my fault. But this Kevin Durant, he's a small forward now. Brandon Ingram, you know what? Actually, oh, man. Oof. Figure it out. Go. Just make sure you play both Kevin Durant's starting lineup. But this led team without dual Kevin Durant's beat Toronto by 10. Towns with a double-double. And, wow, 2 of 14. Unfortunate. The double Durant lineup Combined 7-22. Oh, my goodness. This San Antonio team, I think, is just going to sweep them. Unfortunate. Oh, hold on a minute. San Antonio does make it, but we got a potential Game 7 on the way. If Toronto can get the job done, are they going to do it? No, it looks like New York is pulling away. And the New York Knicks will take on the San Antonio Spurs. Unfortunate here. They did have them both in the starting lineup. But we're going to take this game by game. And I really... Oh, only a 1-point win there. And team... Wow, Durant just not contributing to either team in an efficient manner. I mean, 8 of 15, but you don't want 16 points off 15 shots. Game 2, New York does come back. Not much action for the Durants. I mean, 8 of 11, that's a good game. Solid. But I'm expecting, like, that 40 bomb. Like, where is it? Like, rip the grenade out the pin. Or rip the pin out the grenade. Throw it. You know what I'm saying? New York takes game 3. And they win by 2 in a low-scoring effort. Miles McBride. Oh, no, that's Mikal Bridges. I'm tweaked, man. It's so hot. You know, it's summertime, looming. But New York goes up 3-1, and are they going to put away the Spurs? And they do! The New York Knicks get the job done with adding Kevin Durant to the roster, but Jalen Brunson did win Finals MVP, averaging 33 a game. Oh my goodness. LeBron, thank you for your services. Chicago Durant just cannot do it anymore. Clippers Durant coming back. Hawks Durant. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Sacramento Durant is done. New York Durant wanted to call it quits, but we're not going to let that happen. Okay, Nets Durant is done. Who else? I think that's it. Everyone else is coming back. Yeah, for another round. All right, James Harden wants to retire. No. I want to see that team give it one more go. Paul George, I'm going to let you go. But actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I want that contract on those books. I want Toronto to feel the pain. And I love Paul George, man. I hope that next season is just a complete turnaround for him, but honestly, who knows? Sixers get pick 1. Should have happened in real life. And we're going to go to rookie signings. Oh, this draft class looked like a bust. Oh, never mind. 79 overall. Number 1 overall pick. Whatever. Ain't my problem. They wanted to give up Bilal Coulibaly. This game is so broken. We're going to sim pass free agency. I assume all the Durants are going to go to like 88, 87. But we'll see. Check in if anything happens that is interesting. And on the next season. So honestly, the Durants really didn't go down too much. But I got 3 teams. As I'm looking at my notes. I got 3 teams for us to look at today. And first things first is Kyrie Irving signing with the Los Angeles Lakers. He will not leave Kevin Durant alone. Kyrie Irving will not leave Kevin Durant alone. He teams up with the Durant one more time. And as you can see, they do not have Luka Doncic. So they must have said, Luka, thank you for your services. You did not get in shape. We're going to let you go. To give this team one more run, they got Jonathan Kuminga now, Jalen Williams, DiVincenzo, Bronny, Dante Exum. But that is nothing in comparison to what you're about to see. Whoa. What? Wemby and Luka Doncic with Kevin Durant, Stephon Castle. How did they get Trae Young? How did they have the money? They signed both these dudes to max contracts. Like, I understand. I guess it's the rookie deals. Holy smokes. Honestly, I might help that lineup because I want to see that team to win like 80 games. And the other team I wanted to check out was the Golden State Warriors. Why add one Kevin Durant when you can add 2? As I'm going to help them out real quick. We'll make the small forward the walking bucket. Now he's a two-way scoring phenom. Okay. So, Phoenix is Kevin Durant, the real Kevin Durant that we've copied the rest of our molds from, has decided to sign on a minimum contract to go back to the Bay Area to team up with himself, Curry one more time, James Harden one more time. So, we're going to see how that plays out. But that was really it. Those are the big 3 teams, and we're going to go check out San Antonio. And I know it's kind of redundant to help out this team, considering they're already doing everything they need to do. But you could run, like, put Durant back there. So you do like a Trae Young, Stephon Castle, Luka, Kevin Durant, Wembanyama. That team's winning 75-plus games. This is the final season of the Kevin Durant experience and experiment. And we're going to see how it plays out. My money's on San Antonio. Some movement here, nothing major. Well, not yet. But I wanted to keep you guys in tune. First big trade that we saw was Siakam getting moved around again. Now, he goes... Oh my... Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Where? Okay, so he's in Phoenix now. I guess he got traded again. Vucevic on the move. Vucevic on the move again. 3 days later. Kevin Durant gets traded. So Grizzlies trade away their Kevin Durant to fill out other holes on their roster. And now New Orleans gets two Kevin Durants. Mikal Bridges got traded for Jalen Duren. And you'll see another trade in a second. Devin Booker got traded for Joel Embiid, which I don't understand that one. Mitchell Robinson gets traded for Robert Williams. That's not really much to write home about. Rudy Gobert got traded. And the Knicks traded away OG Anunoby for Michael Porter Jr. So I don't know what the Knicks are doing. Miles Turner gets traded. Bam gets traded again. And that's it. So not much movement, but I figured I would keep you guys, in the loop. So on to the end of the season. Wembanyama MVP. I'm only certain that they are the first seed by a country mile. Rodney Lowry, Rookie of the Year. Jaden Ivey, Sixth Man of the Year in Minnesota. Wemby DPOY. Kobe Buffkin, Most Improved. Giannis, Clutch Player of the Year. They were not the 1 seed, and they did not win 70 games. Minnesota swept the awards, and I doubt we're going to get any Kevin Durant's, as we do not. And they're the 3rd seed? Wow, what a collapse. What happened? Cleveland, didn't even check out the East, is the 1st seed once again. They were the bounce back. I believe last season they were a little bit worse. They won 5 extra games. Atlanta been hovering around, but they ain't doing nothing. Miami now, with Kevin Durant on the bench. They got Chet Holmgren, DeJounte Murray. Okay, they're building up their roster a little bit. Detroit there in the 4th spot. Toronto, they got both KDs. That's right. Indianapolis in the 6th spot. A little bit worse for wear, but whatever. They got Kobe Buffkin there in the starting lineup now. Peyton Pritchard is gone. And New York, man, I guess they were sellers at the deadline, and they tried to retool their roster, but they got Karl-Anthony Towns coming off the bench. Why don't you just trade Towns at that point? Charlotte there in the 9th spot. Chicago. Okay, so Durant leaves Chicago, and they go to the play-in. But this Durant stuck it out. And Sixers there at the bottom. Milwaukee is super disappointing. But, hey, Washington got better. And that's just with development of their young guys, so good for them. And we'll check out the West here. Minnesota still has their Kevin Durant. And they bounced back. I guess they retooled their roster, made things work. Dallas there in the 2nd spot. AD now coming off the bench. Very interesting. And San Antonio. You take a look at this starting lineup, and I see 80 games. I'm sorry. Well, I see at least 75. How do you not? You got 590s in the lineup, and you got 2 guys that are probably not undeniably top 10 players in the league, Wembanyama and Luka Doncic. Really weird. Huh. I don't know. I thought Trae Young, that's an easy 12 assists a game in my book. You put me in that starting lineup, I'm getting 3 assists. At least. Give me 48 minutes. I can give you 3 assists with that roster. Comment down below. How many assists are you getting? 48 minutes, full NBA game with this starting lineup. You're Trae Young in this. And you know what? Yeah, you're Trae Young in this instance, right? How many assists are you getting with... Or you know what? I'm sorry. I'll be Stephon Castle, and I'll be running the 1. No offense, Stephon Castle. You're that guy. But I would prefer a Trae Young lineup. Forget the defense. How many assists are you getting? Comment down below. Houston there. Oh. Gabe Vincent, he's your starting 1. You don't want to put Amen there? Probably would 1 more games. Wow. Lakers, 1 more run for KD Kyrie, even though I said that last year. But they actually have a roster this time around. Golden State there in the 6th spot. And, yeah, I mean, they're solid. They're solid. And, yeah, that's really it. Oh, my goodness, 18 wins for this Sacramento team. Yeah, that Durant knew when to leave. Memphis also disappointing, but it is what it is. Playing Utah, we got a new team appearance. De'Aaron Fox is here in Utah now. Did he sign there? Okay, so he did when Luka joined. They got Josh Giddey there on the bench. Solid bench. New York slid in there at the bottom, and New Orleans as well. Take it round by round here to start. Minnesota sweeping Utah. New Orleans took Dallas to 7. Golden State knocked off San Antonio. Maybe one more run. Oh my goodness, the old heads are coming to play in the West. Double upset. Atlanta sucks. Atlanta sucks. They're third seed, second seed, and they blow it every single season. Boston sneaks in from the play-in, and they get the job done in round 1, and Indiana takes out Miami. Miami wasn't up to too much, but I thought maybe they would make some noise. Probably should have had Durant in the starting lineup over Jaime Jaquez, but you know what? It's not my team. I don't help out everybody. Toronto gets beaten in 6 by this Pistons team, and this team, oh wow, defensively, that team defensively is nasty. That is definitely their identity. And Cleveland, no surprise there, gets it done in 5 over New York, though. So the champions fall flat, and you know what? This is probably where Tom Thibodeau gets fired in the game, even though I knew he would get fired in real life. Regardless, we'll go game. Oh my goodness. Well, I meant to go game by game. I believe Minnesota was on the verge of blowing a 3-1 lead. We'll check out the rest in a second. So game 1, Minnesota. Game 2, Minnesota. So 2-1. Oh, 2-2. 3-2. Oh my goodness. So Lakers blew it. And Golden State beats Dallas. So Golden State has a chance. Stephen Curry. I want to see this team get to the finals. I really do. Detroit loses in 7, and Pacers win in 6. The black magic of the Indiana Pacers is reigning there in the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll take this game by game. Minnesota takes game 1. Oh, my goodness. 2-0. Oh, man. All right. Well, Golden State couldn't hang with the champions. Game 7 here in the conference finals. Pacers. Oh, no sacrifices to be made there at halftime. Cleveland, Minnesota rematch. Timberwolves up 2-0, 2-1, 3-1. I mean, Minnesota's been here before. Are we going to get a repeat of history? Down by 8? No. And that'll do it. Anthony Edwards. Kevin Durant on Minnesota. Let's see. They won 2 championships. Oh, 1 championship. Yeah, because they blew it. So Minnesota gets their get back. And they take season 3. So we'll check out the league history. So here we are reviewing the league history now. And Minnesota did get their get back. So Cleveland took the first season. After being down 3-1, they came back and won it in 7. New York wins 4-1 over San Antonio. San Antonio definitely disappointing, even though they didn't make the finals. And Minnesota gets their get back. So, I mean, what this tells me, what this experiment tells me is Minnesota, go get Kevin Durant. And you may see yourself in 2 finals in 3 seasons, but it's just, 2K. So take that with a grain of salt. But I hope you guys enjoyed this different style of video. And leave a comment what you guys would like to see next. Rebuilds are coming as the finals approaches towards its end. The losing team will have the rebuild out as soon as they lose, whether it's in Game 6 or Game 7. It's yet to be seen. But, like I said, I hope you all enjoyed. Different style of videos coming soon. Well, different game as it releases later. I guess, if you follow the trends, you may know what I'm talking about. But I hope you all enjoyed. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.